Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Last Stand Gamers, and welcome. So are you struggling in a dogfight, or do you want to simply learn how to build a ship perfect for that fight? Well, of course there's no perfect ship, but there is a ship that you can build for the situation you want to deal with, and today we're going to be talking about dogfighting. I've got both a heavy and light fighter here. This one you're looking at here is the heavy, and the one on the right is the light version. So when we're building these ships, you want to take into consideration your cockpit placement, the armor thickness, and all these things are going to add up and cause different sorts of problems within your ship. Too much armor, too heavy, more engines, and then it just starts to get bigger, bigger and bigger. Or do you simply want to go with a light design that can do a lot of impact, a lot of damage, but is very vulnerable to attack? These are all things you want to take into consideration. But the first thing that you want to take into consideration is where are your weapons going to go. There's literally 2 or 3 places they can go. Down the center of the hull, about midway down the wingtips or whatever pylons you've got, or the far edge of each pylon. So what I like to do is put my miniguns down the center. I like to stack them so I've got a lot of firepower in one spot. The problem with the fighters that have them on wingtips, as you can see, is a TIE fighter, a very small compact sort of TIE fighter design, and we've got it coming up against an X-Wing, and as we know, the X-Wing has its weapons on its wingtips, and that will show a severe problem. As you can see here, watch the tracers just bounce around the TIE fighter, and it allows the TIE fighter to get in right close, and basically it just rams it. So a bit of an error on both pilots' behalf. The next thing we need to think about is getting rid of being disorientated in space. There is no up and down in space, there's no left and right. Each direction is its own sort of axis, and you've got to be able to orientate yourself on all of them, as well as moving around the different obstacles without getting lost or disorientating yourself further. So that's a challenge. Also, you want to look for threats, what's around you. Is that asteroid going to be hiding something? Is there a big ship over there? Something at the moment that I've noticed is big ships render further away than small ships, so you can use this to your advantage when you're actually creeping up on bigger ones. So something rather interesting to take consideration is if you're actually being chased down by a ship, you can use your inertia dampeners to actually swing around and take it out if you're caught off guard. So by simply hitting Z, you get your dampeners off, you can swing your ship around, you can engage whatever coming up behind you without having to reduce your speed or direction of travel. But you can also use this against people, so be very careful. So as you can see here, I've got this red aircraft on my actual back, and I need to rotate around and turn off my dampeners. We're still travelling at the same speed, and I've actually started to use my machine guns, and his weapons are so close to his nose that I can actually get in close here and do some serious damage. I've actually destroyed him right there. So that is a lot to take into consideration, I understand. And we've got into the situation where the guy's going to actually do it to me now. He's going to use his inertia dampeners, spin the ship around and take me out. It's a very dangerous way of doing this, because what can actually happen is there's a high chance of a head-on collision. And it's not really a problem now while we're on creative mode, but when this starts to get on survival, we're going to have some serious problems with people stranded out in space and probably either going to die of oxygen or other little issues that they could have out there. But it's quite nice, and you just need to keep consideration. Here's another tactic I'm showing you, is spinning. If you start spinning when someone's shooting at you, you can actually minimize the damage, because it means they actually have to reallocate or remove the actual shots. It works better on ships that have wingtips. Another idea is not to actually fight, but to hide. If you hide in a weaker designed ship, you can easily take out a bigger, more powerful ship just by simply using it to your advantage. So this ship's flung right by me while I was hiding behind the asteroid, and now I'm going to come up behind him. I need to use the right time to actually strike, so I'm waiting for my lasers to get in position. And he's just got away. Better looks next time for me, I guess. But he's actually came back around, and I'm reallocating the target. I'm just watching for my lasers to actually try to get on him before I engage. So the lasers, there we go, perfect time to engage. And he's vulnerable, he's got his hull exposed, and there, barely avoid a collision. So you've got to be careful out there for that sort of situation. So what's actually happening here is I'm being pursued once again. I'm going to show you how to use your inertia dampeners combined with turning to actually use the rock as cover. So as you notice, I'm coming up to this rock, I'm using my inertia dampeners and swinging, so basically I'm slowing down and turning the ship, so I'm rotating on an axis around the asteroid. It's a lot to take in, and now that ship should shoot over there. As you can see, it shot past me, and now I'm on him, so it's up to me to actually take him down now. So there's a lot of different things to take into consideration when you're in a dogfight, how you're going to avoid it, how you're actually going to just move around the environment, because space is such an open environment, it's hard not to get in just a head-on firefight like we're doing here. But a slight little bit of rotation can often throw the gunner of another craft off, so that is very important to take. So what I've also noticed is, I don't know if you've noticed this with my ship, but the actual cockpit's at the back, so it means he has to chew through my whole ship before he actually gets me killed, so it takes a lot longer. And since that ship's the same design as me, we managed to collide, and that would probably be game over for both of us in survival. So we've got a guy on my tail once again. I'm just going to quickly demo the inertia dampeners, a quick swing around, and now we're both on a fair playing field. We're both engaging each other. Obviously it's still very dangerous because you're both coming on it head on, and you're probably going to take each other out if you don't ram each other. So take that into consideration, and thanks for watching.